Class 11th, Subject Physics, 11th chapter, Electric Currents through Conductors. Electric Currents through Conductors. From this chapter, let us see numericals from exercise. Numericals from exercise. The very first numerical is, what is the resistance of one of the rails of railway track 20 km long at 20 degrees Celsius? The cross section area of the rail is 25 centimeters square and the rail is made of steel having resistivity at 20 degrees Celsius as 6 into 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter. And therefore for this numerical, given data is length of the rail L is equal to 20 km, that is equal to 2 into 10 raised to 4 meter. Temperature is T is equal to 20 degrees Celsius. Then area of cross section of the rail is 25 centimeters square equal to 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 meters square. Then resistivity of steel rho is equal to 6 into 10 raised to minus 8 ohm meter. And then we have to find out resistance of the rail. Now the resistance of the rail will be calculated by using the formula resistivity rho is equal to RA upon L. Rho is equal to RA upon L. Therefore R will be equal to rho L upon A. R will be equal to rho L upon A. That will be equal to 6 into 10 raised to minus 8 into 2 into 10 raised to 4. 2 into 10 raised to 4 divided by 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. Simplifying it, we will get 12 into 10 raised to minus 1 upon 2.5. 12 into 10 raised to minus 1 upon 2.5, which comes out to be 4.8 into 10 raised to minus 1. Then this will be written as R is equal to 0.48 ohm, and this will be the required resistance of that rail. Then let us go for numerical number 2, which is stated as a battery after a long use has an EMF 24 volt and an internal resistance 380 ohm. Calculate the maximum current drawn from the battery, and can this battery drive the starting motor of car? And so for this numerical, given data is EMF E is equal to 24 volt, then internal resistance R equal to 380 ohm. Then we have to find out current I. We know the relation as E is equal to IR. E is equal to IR. Therefore maximum current drawn, the maximum current drawn by the battery, I is equal to E by R. I is equal to E by R. Putting the values, we will get 24 upon 380, which comes out to be 0.0632 ampere, which is the required current. Now this battery, as it is having very low current, therefore this battery cannot be used to drive, the starting motor of a car. So that battery cannot be used to drive the starting motor of a car. Now let us see next numerical, that is numerical number 3, which is given as a battery of EMF 12 volt and internal resistance 3 ohm is connected to a resistor. If the current in the circuit is 0.5 ampere, A. Calculate resistance of resistor. B. Calculate terminal voltage of the battery when the current is closed. And therefore for this numerical number 3, given data is E is equal to 12 volt, R is equal to 3 ohm, I is equal to 0.5 ampere. and then we have to find out resistance R as well as the terminal voltage. Now we have current I is equal to E upon R plus R. Ohm's law applied to a complete circuit gives the current I is equal to E upon R plus R. Therefore, putting the values, we will get 0.5 equal to 12 upon R plus 3. Solving this, we will get 0.5 R plus 1.5 equal to 12. Therefore, 0.5 R will be equal to 12 minus 1.5, which comes out to be 10.5, and therefore at 0.5 R is equal to 10.5, therefore R will be equal to 10.5 upon 0.5, but this 0.5 will be written as 1 by 2, and therefore 2 will be shifted to numerator, and therefore we will get R is equal to 10.5 into 2, which comes out to be 21 ohm, which is the required resistance. Now let us see the terminal voltage when current is close. The terminal voltage when the current is close is given by the formula IR. Putting the values, we will get 0.5 into 21, 0.5 into 21, which comes out to be 10.5 volt, 10.5 volt, which is the terminal voltage. Then go for numerical number 4, which is stated as the magnitude of current density in a copper wire is 500 ampere per centimeter cube. So here it will be current density, that is current per unit area, and therefore it will be 500 ampere per centimeter square. Then if the number of free electrons per centimeter cube, the number of electrons per centimeter cube are 8.47 into 10 raised to 22, 8.47 into 10 raised to 22. Then calculate the drift velocity of the electrons through copper wire when charge on electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. And therefore for this numerical, given data is the current density J equal to 500 ampere per centimeter square, 500 ampere per centimeter square, which will be written as 500 per 10 raised to minus 4, 500 upon 10 raised to minus 4. This centimeter square will be converted into meter square, that is 500 upon 10 raised to minus 4 ampere per meter square, that will be equal to 5 into 10 raised to 6 ampere per meter square. So this is the value of current density, that is current per unit area. Then number of electrons N is equal to 8.47 into 10 raised to 2 electrons per centimeter cube, electrons per centimeter cube, that will be equal to 8.47 into 10 raised to 28 electrons per meter cube, electrons per meter cube. Then charge on electron E is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, and we have to find out the drift velocity Vd, drift velocity Vd. And therefore let us see the solution of this numerical. Drift velocity Vd is equal to current density upon Ne, that is J upon Ne, that will be written as 5 into 10 raised to 6 upon 8.47 into 10 raised to 28 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19. Simplifying this, we will get Vd is equal to 50 upon 8.47 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 4. 50 upon 8.47 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 4. Solving this, we will get drift velocity Vd equal to 3.689 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter per second. Drift velocity will be equal to 3.689 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter per second. Now let us see numerical number 5, which is given as 3 resistances 10 ohm, 20 ohm and 30 ohm are connected in series combination. Then first find equivalent resistance of series combination, and then second, when this series combination is connected to 12 volt supply, by neglecting the value of internal resistance, obtain potential difference across each resistance. And therefore for this numerical, the given data is resistance R1 equal to 10 ohm, R2 is equal to 20 ohm, R3 is equal to 30 ohm, then phi is equal to 12 volt, that is the applied potential. Then we have to find out the value of resistance when they are connected in series, that is Rs, and then individual potentials across R1, R2, R3, that is phi1, phi2 and phi3. These potentials we will have to find. Now we know that when the resistances are connected in series, then for series combination of resistances, equivalent resistance Rs will be equal to sum of the resistances, that is R1 plus R2 plus R3. As here three resistances are connected, therefore Rs will be equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Putting the values, we will get 10 plus 20 plus 30, that will be equal to 60 ohm. So equivalent resistance of series combination comes out to be 60 ohm. Now the potential difference is given by the formula V is equal to IR. And therefore as resistances are connected in series, current flowing through all the three resistances will be same, and that current will be equal to phi upon Rs, and therefore potential across R1 will be phi1 equal to IR1, that will be equal to R1 into value of I will be V by Rs. This will be same for all the resistances, and therefore we can write 10 into 12 by 60, which comes out to be 10 into 1 by 5, that is equal to 2 volt. So this will be the potential difference across R1. Similarly, phi2 will be equal to IR2, that is equal to R2 into V by Rs, that will be equal to, putting the values, 20 into 12 upon 60, again it will be equal to 20 into 1 by 5, which comes out to be 4 volt. So this will be the potential across R2. And then phi3 will be equal to IR3, which will be written as R3 into phi upon Rs, that will be equal to 30 into 12 upon 60, 30 into 12 by 60, which comes out to be 30 into 1 by 5, which is equal to 6 volt, and this is the potential across R3.